adjust that down a little bit. There we go. All right. Oh, I'm missing one thing. Give me 2 seconds. And I'm falling over.
God, that drunk this early, Sage? Gosh.
Well, I mean, it is
And there we
12:20 for me. And you know they say it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
go. All right. Okay. So let's see. We're in Crumbling Fair, Missoula, and I am at the Crumbling Beast Grave Depths now. Is this where we're supposed to be starting, or Tim, is there somewhere else?
Um, well, I suppose that depends on whether you would like to make a quick little jaunt into the Lake of Rot to fight Estelle, or whether you'd like to knock out Crumbling Farum first. Order's up to you on that one.
Um, hmm. Let's do Crumbling Fair first. Why not?
All right. And
Is
you're
that
at
all
the
sun with my
Crumbling
thing?
Beast Depths?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Crumbling Beast Grave Depths. Hey, thanks for the lurk, Fina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, just do a little finger myself real quick, and there we go.
Make sure you wash your hands there, Sage.
You know it. You know it. I always gotta wash my hands if I work after playing Elden Ring.
It's a real mess.
Well, you know that they always do say trifling a butthole, right?
Yep.
There is
I'll just
that.
post these live notifications real quick as well. And there's both the signs. Fuck yeah. Doctor Strange today.
Maybe.
So you know what? Something I was curious to ask both of you. Sarah, I'll ask you first. So tomorrow on the afternoon tune, uh, I am going to be doing a retro review for Star Wars Episode One, and I was curious if either of you had any particular thoughts on that film.
Um, well, I saw that one probably a good 15, 16 years ago.
It
So
came
I'm going
out
to say my
25.
25.
That its release was 25 years ago. It's the 25th anniversary of it. And for some reason, people are celebrating.
That's because people are fucking weird.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you have a sense of my opinion.
I can't even remember which movie that is specifically.
It's the
It's
one
been
where the least of all happens. Hey, we got filling in the gap in the chat. How you
that could
doing, man?
explain any one of them,
Fair enough. I'm not a big
honestly.
Star Wars fan myself. I'm really not. So But yeah, you finally get to catch us on. How are you? I'm doing good. Sarah, I guess I haven't asked everybody yet. Sarah, you're doing good?
Well, I'm doing better now that I've platinumed Elden Ring.
Hell
Hi,
yeah.
Darren!
What's up, Darren? More importantly, Darren, how are you doing? But also, Tim, how are you doing? I know you just made it home. You pretty much run into the room and
Just about.
just about.
Thinking my lucky stars traffic wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I mean,
I guess it
you were
wins the
driving
night.
pretty late at night, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
I got there late. Yeah, Darren, these two are pretty much carrying me through this game. I'm putting in some effort. I won't say no effort, but. Doing
We're
good. Just
still
ate
carrying
lunch.
him through the game.
Yeah, you guys are. I'm gonna absolutely. The only one of these games that I've fully just done totally solo was Sekiro, and that was hard. Oh well, Tim, show me your custom character you have this week.
Oh,
Let's see what do we got here. You got Doctor Strange.
oh yeah, we
Nice.
got.
Oh wow, you really got the face and the hair down pretty well.
Yeah, it's it. I was particularly happy with this one.
Turned out pretty well. Yes, Fair Missoula. Yeah, we. I am. This is definitely my first playthrough still, and we're
I'm gonna
pretty
resummon
close.
at this one.
Oh, you resummon? Okay, sounds good.
So how's Chloe doing down? And how's Mrs. Down and down? Are they alright?
Yeah, how's the family?
Did she pass? Did she get good grades on her tests?
Just finished her midterms. Chilling now. Nice. Why is this not? Oh, sorry, I'm just having an app crash on me here. I want to be able to keep track of what we're doing, but this does not want to allow me to do that.
Nice, nice post, Sarah.
My favorite pose, falling asleep next to a tornado.
Now, Sage, did you get the thing
Okay.
on this glowy little guy?
Mm.
What?
Oh, no, I did not. I didn't even see that that was there. Somberstone Miners Bell Bearing. Hey, we also got
You can.
Afternoon Tune in the chat.
Hey, afternoon tune, how's it going?
Yeah. Well, not to give away my review, but yeah, I don't care for Phantom Menace all that much myself. Um, oh boy, it's Afternoon Tune says, Tim, may the fourth be with you.
I did end up getting to watch the fourth episode of Star Wars. The first one, but it was
The
like the
first one.
original cut.
Did you like
Like
you
the
actually were
actual
able to
like
go?
film grain and
Because
everything.
even the VHS release had some edits on it.
This was allegedly a direct scan of the actual film reel.
Interesting. That's cool. Wasn't even sure that that
Yeah,
existed
actually.
still anymore.
Yeah, that you can find it, but it's only you have to fucking pirate it. There's no authentic way
Right.
for you to get it, which is kind of sad.
I like Afternoon Tune's dripping sarcasm here. You don't like Ben Shapiro's review of Rise of Skywalker? A genius of our time. Oh God, that just cringe, man. Just complete cringe.
There was no hidden path. The signs lied to me.
Only two
How
months.
could
Oh,
they?
did you die?
No.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Only
but
2 months to go for the DLC. Hell yeah. Darren, have you finished the game already? I'm assuming. I'm assuming you've played through it all the way. Oh, shit. Ooh, Afternoon Tune, are you watching Phantom Menace right now? Is Phantom Menace in the room with you? If you need someone to call for help, say yes.
Just blink your eyes twice, we'll come over.
Yeah, you finished it. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, we've been playing through it. Oh, we got an
Oh,
invasion there.
fuck.
We've been playing through this fairly slowly. We started in November of 2022, and just a lot of little breaks and times when we haven't been able to do it. Plus, it's been only Saturday nights and only for like 2 hours roughly each time. So it's been a slow process, but we're getting close. We're getting close to the end here. We're really, and then we're going to take a nice long break before even once the DLC is out. We're going to place a couple other games in between for this particular show. Half of the bag review of Rise of Skywalker is amazing. Red Letter Media's review of Episode One was great. One of the best reviews. I've never actually watched it. I know, I've heard that. Oh shit. Ah. Well, at least we made it to a site of grace.
Oh, yeah, at least we are at a new site of grace.
Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Absolutely, absolutely. It's kind of crazy. It is very funny. I'll have to watch that. I'll have to make a point to watch that soon. Because I mean, yeah, I've been talking shit about the Phantom Menace since it came out. So I will. Yeah, I'll have to give that a listen. And you know what? At first I was dreading having to sit through watching it again, but now that I have, and we're gonna do a review tomorrow, I'm a little excited to dig into it a little bit, honestly. Why are the Jedi's used to broker a deal? Yeah, that's an element of the world building that's never really made any sense, because in the context of the story that the prequel trilogy tries to tell, the Jedi only get involved in the war because of what happens in the first movie. So the fact that they're being used as brokers for a peace deal before the war starts out doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like that's kind of a weird hole. There's a lot of holes in that plot.
There's a lot of
It's
holes in that movie, period.
I mean, it's Swiss fucking cheese, man.
I feel like Swiss cheese has better
Swiss, at
potential.
least with Swiss cheese, there's still some cheese, you know.
Where did you guys take off to?
Oh, we jumped
Oh,
down to the
right behind.
Holy fuck. I take my eyes off you two for like 1 fucking second.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
Oh, I
Oh,
blame Sage.
you can blame me. That's okay. I'm here to be the one that gets blamed. That's my whole role here. So you just throw it at me. 'Cause what is the official role of a Jedi? Are they like monk cops? I mean, like I can give you some insight to that in terms of like if you go into the extended canon before the Disney bought the franchise, some of the mythology about the older version of the Order, they were purely just monks, and they became like a corrupted religion over time, right? Like a state religion. Again, something that would have been really interesting to explore on screen in the movies that is only kind of vaguely hinted at as part of like the backstory of things that there's no real time spent on. But you know, again, yeah, I don't know about the actual. Honestly, my hot take is the new Star Wars makes me appreciate episodes one, two, and three. At least Lucas went all in on CGI, which was kind of new at the time, and he really leaned into his vision, even though that vision was dumb. Episodes seven, eight, and nine are just awful, played safe, audience pandering, rehash crap. See, I agree with that, but I still hate the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones more. I actually like I agree with everything you just said about the description of those different sets of movies. Like I think all those points are super accurate, but I still think I just dislike what George Lucas's vision was so much that I actually would take the kind of rehashed corporate kind of soullessness of of the new of the newer ones. I honestly prefer that to at least I would take episode three over the new trilogy. but I would not take the new episodes 1 or 2 over the new trilogy. That's where I draw, I guess, the difference. Don't get me wrong, 1, 2, and 3 are bad. Yeah, no, no, for sure, for sure. We probably don't disagree on anything except for just a slight ranking between them.
Fuck.
Did you
Well,
just die,
Tim.
Tim?
Sarah can guide you to the end of that path.
Tim.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Tim.
Would you pod race
Tim.
for your freedom? If I got stuck doing a
Tim.
fucking pod race, I'd crash myself into a sand dune just to end it. Phantom Menace we walked out of and we're like, huh? I think we missed something. We need to watch it again. Phantom Menace is. I've struggled for a long time between which one I think is worse between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. But I do think I I don't know. I'm pulled. I maybe have to watch Attack of the Clones again too, just to make up my mind fully. But I mean, Phantom Menace has just like every fucking racial stereotype in the book in it as an alien, and that one just. I mean, it is bad. It is so bad. Like at least Attack of the Clones mostly cuts down on that part. But like, I mean, it's awful. Oh, Darren says, "Oh, Sarah." Chloe says hi and sends hugs. And there's a cute little dancing, color changing bear in the chat as well.
Let Chloe know I love her too and give her a hug for me. You know this is a requirement, Darren.
Pod racing seems kind of fun, like doing a chariot race in the field. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I hate the pod racing so much. I could not stand the pod racing. See, is it down these little gaps here? I guess
I
Tim, you could
honestly,
correct us if we're going the wrong way, or we could wait here for you. Also, either way, I
Um,
suppose.
so once you've gotten what was on that altar, you're gonna jump down back onto that debris, and then it's essentially gonna lead you back down to the area that you were before you jumped down to the site of grace. It's
Like
kind of a
like
loop
straight
back.
down, like a little staircase
Yeah,
almost. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And then I put my sign down by the site of grace.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, totally, totally. This just goes right back through. All right. I'm sorry, but I hated that kid. Oh no, yeah, I totally. I can't stand the little Anakin Skywalker in that first movie. I mean, I also
I
could not
hate
stand Hayden
sand.
Christensen in
Of course.
the other two. You're thinking of Hayden Christensen in the second one.
It's grainy. It gets everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is pod racing. I know. Yeah, Jake Lloyd is the kid in the first one. Now let me. I mean, I'll also make it clear that oh shit.
the
Well,
fuck?
what was that? Oh shit! I didn't
Sorry,
even realize I didn't even realize we got invaded.
sorry.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You're fine. I hated Jake Lloyd and I hated Hayden Christensen. No, I mean, and I also make a point because people on the internet love to like harass actors over that shit. Don't fucking do that. That's not
Oh
okay.
God, no.
That's some bullshit. But as far as just talking about the movie and just like what we think of the film, yeah, fuck both of them. Their performances sucked. Hayden Christensen came back to Star Wars. Yeah, I don't know why that the Obi-Wan and the Ahsoka shows both sucked. I don't think so. They were good at all. He's awful too, not just in Star Wars. He's just an awful actor. Period. You seen Jumper? He's terrible. Yeah, I remember Jumper. I did not remember Hayden Christensen being in it, but I did remember the movie. I remember not thinking it was very good though. That's for sure. Liam Neeson came back. I can't. I don't know why Liam Neeson came back. Liam Neeson was one of those people that I thought with Phantom Menace, like at least he got killed off fast enough that I feel like his career was not tainted by being in that movie. Um, so like, but now he decided to come back. Hayden Christensen is great in Shattered Glass. Watch that. I've never seen that movie. Shattered Glass. Is that a newer one or an older one? Yeah, I've never seen Shattered Glass. I don't know anything about it. Ah,
Yeah, damn.
God damn it with your whirlwind bullshit. from 2003. Oh, is he like a stockbroker or so? I want to say I've seen a clip where he's like super fast talking in a room with a bunch of guys, like it's like an advertisement
Yeesh.
firm or something. Natalie Portman said Star Wars tanked her career for a bit. I mean, I believe it. I didn't want to watch her in anything after those movies. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on Natalie Portman. I mean, and then, sometime later, I was like, oh, all right, she's actually done some good stuff here. But, like, he's a journalist. Okay. I want to say I've seen a clip from that movie, but I've never watched the movie. And I've heard people say that he's good in it. So I'll have to give it a chance. I'll definitely give it a chance. I'm not trying to hate on anybody, I don't want to hate. I love liking things. I like to like things. All right, like I never want to. I never go into something like, well, actually, I also kind of like to dislike things sometimes too. So I'll be honest about that because I really like watching movies that are so bad they're funny. So I do kind of like disliking things sometimes, but it's got to be the right kind of funny bad. Natalie Portman has to return as Pat in a Star Wars thing, but she doesn't though. Like, why do that to her? Why do that to her? She doesn't have to. She doesn't have to go back.
Oh, fuck.
I'd be okay with her never going back. Next movie probably watched Natalie Portman in was probably Closer or Closer. I saw that, but it's been a while. You don't like Little Annie working on his pod? No, no, I don't. I hate him. I hate him. I can't stand all. I mean, I don't know. George Lucas's legacy to me became ruining his own legacy. I I yeah. I don't know. I mean, I wish that Star Wars had like there are Star Wars things I like, but I'm just not that big a Star Wars fan in general. I mean, I don't even like super love the original trilogy of movies. Like I think they're good, but I don't have like this massive attachment to them the way that a lot of people do. And I get why, like I get what they did for film on a bigger level and how they kind of pioneered in effects and kind of showing a world and stuff. So like I'm not trying to say that they're worthless movies either because again I do think they're good, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Empire is the best of the three for sure. Like, I think Empire is pretty good to approaching great, and then I think one and three are like they're decent movies. They're all right. Like there are, I guess, four and six. I guess The Last Jedi, Episode 8, or yeah, you're talking about Episode 8. I didn't like that one at all. Yeah, I didn't like that movie. Not even a little bit. Gots to disagree with you. Yeah, yeah. I can't be with you on that one. I did not think Rian Johnson did a good job. I did not care for it. I the one thing that I'll say for episode 8, the one positive thing I'll say about it is the one thing I will give it is that I do think it tries to kind of do a little something different. It's not as much of just a soulless rehash as I think episode 7 and 9 are, because I think 7 and 9 are nothing but soulless rehashing of things you've seen already, and I think 8, even though I don't like what it did, I still think it at least tried to do something even just slightly different. But I still think it was bad. I still don't think it's a good movie. I still thought it was a I mean, frankly, a terrible film. I honestly. I hated the last Jedi with a passion. It's I just don't like the Vegas scene. Well, yeah, they had the 1920s casino planet they go to where Rose has to explain to Finn what poor people are, even though Finn himself was like a conscript into the army. Like, how does he not know what poor people are? That was so stupid. I'm sorry. That was such a stupid scene. Um, it's probably my worst of the new ones. Interesting. Yeah, I don't. I think I.
You might have to go
Oh,
through this
boss
door to
fight.
trigger the boss fight. Yep.
My bad. Sorry. Um, yeah, I would say if I had to pick between the three, let's see what's. Oh, there we go. She was explaining the have and have not, but that still doesn't make any sense because Finn was a have not. Like Finn was a have not, so she shouldn't have needed that explained to him. I that is a that's that I don't think yeah that just doesn't make sense to me. Like he is one of the people being exploited by rich people. Like that doesn't I don't know that doesn't play. I don't think that plays. Why couldn't the Jedi just buy his mother from? Yeah, actually though, why the Jedi could not have just gone back like very quickly afterwards and bought Anakin's mother from the slavers to free her? Like they easily could have. There's no good reason that they couldn't have done that. Yeah, I'd say for me, eight was the least bad of the new ones, but I still thought it was bad. I still genuinely just dislike it. I am angry that the new ones became a dick swinging competition between directors. If they just agreed on a proper story arc from the beginning, we might have had something better. The last one was basically Abrams retconning Johnson's movie. Yes, 100%. That's the biggest issue. There was no vision. They just wanted to make Star Wars movies to make them, and they were just like, all right, let's just have whatever we need to happen to set up whatever the next idea that we're pulling out of our asses. And like, don't forget that the setup for Palpatine coming back in 9 happened in a fucking Fortnite event and not in the actual movie. And that's literally the case. The canon like thing that happens to be like, hey, Palpatine's going to be the villain, happened in Fortnite and not the actual film. like, this movie gets derailed by them getting stranded on the planet just for them to meet Anakin. Yeah, it's super. Yeah, all the stuff on Tatooine and them going to see Anakin, all that stuff is so just pointless. It's just there to get little Anakin in the story. Nothing. You could actually have started. Honestly, you could. Somebody did like an experiment where they decided to show this guy was like, I'm gonna show my girlfriend all the Star Wars movies because she's never seen any of them, but we're gonna skip Phantom Menace and we're gonna watch them in chronological order and we're gonna skip Phantom Menace, and then at the end he asked her, he's like, so did everything make sense? Do you feel like you were missing anything? She's like, no, it seemed like there was no holes. And then he was like, what if I told you there was a whole movie that we skipped at the very beginning? And she was like, what? But what would it even be about? And then they watched that one last, and she's like, that was the most pointless thing I've ever seen in my life. So if that just goes to show you just how like useless the Phantom Menace is. I despite not being a fan of the new ones, I still dislike the prequel trilogy far more. Ah! That damn Michelin tire, man. Get out of here. By the way, side note, I hated this boss fight so hard. Oh, yeah. This is my first time trying it.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that are more of a pain in the ass. They are incredibly susceptible to sleep. So one strategy is to throw a pot of sleeping mist at one of them and put them to sleep. And then just kill one at a time.
Oh, that's cool.
Of course, I found that out once I got to New Game but it's fun that there's so many ways to approach boss fights.
Well, hell yeah, the variety in this is like easily one of the best parts about it. Ah! Get out of here. I don't think I'll be pulling it off on this attempt, at least. Ah! Oh
but
god,
you
yep.
did a noble attempt.
Noble attempt. That's all. That's all I can say. That's all I can try. Well, what's some Star Wars that people actually do like? Let me throw that
Well, I
out
was
there to the
just
chat. And to you as well as both of you in the chat with me here.
How did people
well,
feel about Rogue One?
hot take. There's only 6 films.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
Nothing.
I was gonna say there's only three.
I
I
think the
mean, there's
original
that.
trilogy it kind of did all it needed, and then we got another three, and it was like, okay, that adds something. And then
I
we got
think just
another three,
those.
and then another movie, and then three more series or four more series.
Well, to answer your first question about Rogue One, I thought Rogue One sucked too. I thought that movie was complete ass. Did not care for it. And I also don't care for the Mandalorian show either, to be honest. I don't think I didn't think it was like actively terrible at the beginning. I thought it was more just okay. But by the time it got to the third season of the Mandalorian, I thought that was just fucking terrible. They were just drawing celebrity cameos out of a hat at a certain point to toss into the show. I did not. Yeah, yeah. Mandalorian I thought was okay. I don't know. Even at its best, I was just I've heard the
Do
cartoon
we
is
want
really
to
good.
mad dash to the boss to try to just get in there before the invader cuts us?
Fuck yeah.
All
The
right.
cartoon. There's a couple different cartoons.
Fuck.
Which one are you thinking? Can I not? Why can't I go in?
Jump, come. Go that way. Go through that. No, come here. Come here.
I tried. It won't let me.
Really?
Yeah, it won't let me. Yeah, it's like locked me out.
Oh, got me.
Mandalorian was okay, but it was a video game logic series. Moved to new zone, side quest reward, new zone side. Yeah, no, exactly. That's part of my problem with it. And I actually think that wait, the Mandalorian would have been better if they had literally just made a video game. Like that actually would have been a lot. I think that would have served it as an idea much better. Yeah, which cartoon do you mean though? Because there's a few different cartoons.
I just put my sign back down by the site
We're
erase.
all going down on this guy.
Going down on him.
I shouldn't have said it that way, should I? That's not
Yeah,
what I
well,
meant.
well, he's gonna be shooting all over your back soon
Don't know,
enough. I
but don't
mean,
anybody clip that. Damn, yeah, just like
he's
a
really
bounty hunter
spraying
game.
it at you.
Yeah, like a bounty hunter game. I think that would have been cool. That I think the Mandalorian would have been out much better as a video game instead of a TV show. The Clone Wars. So there's two different there's also then two different cartoons called the Clone Wars. There's the 2D like actually hand drawn one by Gendy Tartakovsky, the guy from like Samurai Jack and the Powerpuff Girls. He did a Clone Wars cartoon that was 2D hand drawn, and that is fucking fantastic. That's awesome. I really like that show. It's actually not very long either. It's divided up. I think you can watch it on Disney Plus. It's divided up into like two like 1 hour and 15-minute episodes. It's really not. There's not much to it. So it's a quick watch. That's really good. And then there was the like 3D more like CG animated Clone Wars cartoon that lasted for like 7 seasons and was like all. That's the one people I think really talk about a lot. And that one I've watched all of it. It's back and forth. I think there is good stuff in it. It does these like multi episode like anthology kind of story arc things, and so some of them are better than others. Some, but like that show also like incessantly will be like, in this season we're gonna have a 3 episode Jar Jar Binks storyline, and I'm like, why don't you just fucking kill me? Um, and it's I don't know. So it goes back and forth. Parts of it are good, parts of it are not so much. It's a little inconsistent. I thought the follow up cartoon Rebels. I thought that was actually pretty good for the most part the whole way through. That one I actually liked quite a bit. Um, yeah, Jar Jar Bink episode. I'll yeah, I'll jump out the window of my own house. I cannot stand Jar Jar Binks and his bullshit. And then, hmm, and then yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the other TV shows have been good. Well, actually, no. I liked Star Wars Visions. I don't know if anyone else has watched Star Wars Visions, but that was cool. That's actually good. Um, every oh, Sarah, you clipped me, didn't you? Oh, nice. All right, awesome. Um, Star Wars Visions is cool. That's an anthology. Every episode is like 15 minutes. Um, the first season, every episode is animated by a different Japanese anime studio. So it's like every episode's like a Star Wars anime short film. And then the second season is still the same thing, still a different studio every episode, but it's not only, but they're not all Japanese. It's like from across the entire planet. So like Aardman, the studio that did like Wallace and Gromit, does it one of the episodes. You have Cartoon Saloon, this really cool Irish studio does an episode. And then you even like two of them, even in that season, are still Japanese like anime studios. So you get this really cool range of styles and some of them maybe aren't going to click as well, but you have such an extreme variety of just absolutely different stuff, and it doesn't feel like it's relying on the same Star Wars things that you recognize constantly. And I would recommend Star Wars Visions more than I'd recommend like any other Star Wars thing, honestly, right now. Have you seen the Jar Jar Binks conspiracy that Jar Jar's a secret Sith Lord? I have seen that. I have seen that before. That is a funny meme joke or whatever. I like that. I appreciate that, honestly. Just something to. I mean that is one of the most unbelievable things about the prequel films. Yeah, why can't I go in here? Do we have to go into it from like a different spot or something?
Yeah, we have to go into it from down here for some reason. For
Oh,
some dumbass reason. You can go in there the first time in solo, but you can't
that's
do it.
weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird, but whatever. All right. Um,
I'm gonna target roly poly oly with a sleep
ah,
mist, so just focus on long and skinny.
all right. Got to head down the stairs every time now. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. Oh shit. Ah, God damn it. Come here, long and skinny. Whoop. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want it. Um, personally, I personally will I think always. I mean, I guess I don't know until something comes out that I like, but I feel pretty confident that nothing will ever top the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic video game for me. I think that is probably going to forever be my uh, personal favorite Star Wars story, and especially even though it's a little unfinished because EA sucks and forced Obsidian to push the game out before it was completely done. Um, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, that game is the only.
I'm gonna sleep skinny now.
Okay. Jedi Academy. Oh, yeah, there's actually quite a few games that I think are pretty good for Star Wars. But I truly believe that Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 is the only Star Wars thing that has ever existed where any of the writers ever said, hey, Star Wars borrowed a lot of stuff from Dune, didn't it? What if we told a Star Wars story that actually tried to have the philosophy that's in Dune? back into Star Wars again. And so KOTOR to me is like the shining example of what a Star Wars story, at least in theory, has the potential to be, because it actually has like some complex thoughts that aren't just good versus evil. But I'm also with you on Jedi Academy. I think the Kyle Katarn quadrilogy is actually quite good in general. You've got Dark Forces 2, Jedi Outcast, then you've got Star Wars Jedi Outcast, and then Star Wars Jedi Academy as like the four Kyle Katarn games. Those are all good. I think those are all great. That's one of the reasons actually that I really dislike I dislike Star Wars Rogue One as a movie quite a bit, because that movie, in a lot of ways, is like kind of the fuck you to decanonizing Kyle Katarn as a character. Because in Star Wars Dark Forces, the original Dark Forces FPS, Kyle Katarn is the one man soldier that goes in and gets the Death Star plans, and they completely like undid that from canon just like entirely. I mean, obviously they decanonized that even before Rogue One got made, but God damn it, stop rolling at me. Afternoon Tune, what are you what's the best part of the movie that you're saying you're at right now? Because I don't know. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I have a part of that movie that I'd even say is the best part of it. Pod racing. Oh God, I hate the pod racing so much. Oh, I'm down.
Oh, okay. We did a bit better that one.
I hate the pod racing. It's so long. I timed it. It's like 9 minutes and 52 seconds long. I timed it when I watched it the other day because I just was so like annoyed with it. What would you say is the best part?
The ending.
The credits going on. Like I'll give it that Darth Maul does look cool, but he also doesn't have like any character to him. Duel of the Fates. I mean, like I'm not even really very entertained by that part. I don't think that action scene is that impressive. I know people love to talk about that being like one of the best. What is the age difference between Anakin and Padme? Too big. Padme is a goddamn predator in those movies.
I think it's only like 5 years or something.
I don't know. He looks like he's eight, or like he looks like he's 7 or 8 years old, and she looks like she's at least 15, 16 in that first movie. Like they look close together in age in the sequels, because I think Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman are closer in age. But in that first movie, that looks like an 8 year like difference to me. I could be wrong, but it looks weird, and they're like kind of flirting even in that first one, and that genuinely makes my skin crawl. Darth Maul does get better later on in some of the cartoons. Darth Maul actually is given a lot of character, and he's actually really interesting, and that's why I'm kind of glad that he didn't get very much in that movie, because if he got any more dialogue than he did, George Lucas would have ruined him by making him talk too much. He would have just totally ruined him. He
Holy
does show up in
fuck.
that Solo movie for like 2 seconds, ever so briefly. That's never going to go anywhere. that little cameo tease or whatever that they did with him, that's never going anywhere now, because that movie flopped so hard. one of the reasons for Star Wars was good was that Lucas's wife reeled him in constantly whenever he had a dumb idea. She's like, George, no. I've never heard that about his wife. However, George Lucas just not being like famous for anything during the original films, he had multiple editors and producers that definitely told him no. You also had at least Harrison Ford for sure in the cast would literally straight up refuse to say some of the stuff that George Lucas wrote. He'd be like, "I'm not saying that. That's stupid. I'm going to say something else." And George, so you had at least a few times Harrison Ford would like make up his own dialogue, which was better than whatever George Lucas had actually written. So that's definitely part of the reason that the original movies worked out better. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's so much Star Wars, and I like so little of it. Andor was good. Andor was I actually think Andor was better than any of the even the original movies, which is funny because I really didn't like Rogue One, and Andor is a prequel to Rogue One. Still would have liked to have seen the David Lynch Empire Strikes Back. Shame we don't have one. That would have been interesting. I can't deny that would have been interesting. I'm not the biggest David Lynch fan, to be honest, but it would have at least been interesting. I know that's
Nice.
among film nerds that's heresy to not like David Lynch, but I'm not super into a lot of his
See,
stuff.
this boss fight was bullshit because I was very more than just two god skins here.
Right.
Like bullshit.
Hell yeah. Whew. Yeah, this is pod racing. You could try spinning, that's a neat trick. God, I hate that little fucker. I don't know. I'll have a lot of Star Wars bitching. I'll stop doing it for right now because I'm gonna have to have a lot of Star Wars bitching saved up for tomorrow. Effects aren't bad for 1999. See, I disagree again. I think that movie looks absolutely like just like complete dog shit. I hate the way it looks. I think it looks awful. Yeah, we're gonna have very different reviews. I think from the sound of it when we talk about it tomorrow. All right, am I summoning you in this room? Then just come and just
You can't.
So there's two doorways you can go through. There's one
left and
that has a
right.
site of grace behind there, and the other one doesn't have a site of grace at the end of it. You're gonna summon us at the one that doesn't.
It's just left or right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the one to the left if you're facing the close wall, but I'm not
Well, I'll just
100%
get the
sure.
side of grace, and then go to the left instead, just to have it. All right, and then back into the left, and I'll summon you at the end of that other doorway.
Aye, aye.
1999 was also The Matrix. Now that is a movie I think is a masterpiece. Greatly prefer The Matrix. God, and that's a yeah, for comparing those two films because they came out the same year. As far as like if watching them back to back as they were coming out, I think The Matrix being that same year would only make The Phantom Menace look that much worse. How is Anakin not a Gary Stu? Oh no, he's totally a Gary Stu. He's Anakin's absolutely a Gary Stu. He's just like perfect at everything and like basically makes no mistakes. Matrix was a game changer, whether you like it or not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the Matrix brought a lot of anime sci-fi sensibilities to Western audiences for the first time. Like, obviously Akira and Ghost of the Shell were like, as far as what anime was popular at the time in the West, those were two that were. But like anime was still niche, right? So like the Matrix was people most Americans' first exposure to any of the ideas that came out of Akira and Ghost of the Shell. So the Matrix kind of is an anime in live action, if you think about it. The last time I watched it, I was thinking about that quite a bit.
I could see that.
It definitely feels like a live action anime, like in a good way. Like it actually replicates the things about anime that are good, but it totally has a live action anime feel to it. Oh shit! And I just got knocked off the side, and
Dave,
that
you
that's
had
true.
one job.
I don't even know what knocked me off, to be completely honest. Was it the
Uh,
invader or was it just an enemy?
that would have been the invader.
Ah,
The late
pod.
game,
The
people
pod racing
tend
is
to
thrilling.
invade by
I don't
just
believe
like they stand in a really convenient spot with a really powerful knockback effect.
they just wait for
Yep,
people to come by.
knock them into holes.
I'm out here digging holes, falling in them. No, afternoon tune. I trust that you feel that way, but man, I could not disagree more. Just finger myself real quick, and there we go. Yeah, Animatrix was great. Afternoon tune. Elsa says hello to you, Sarah.
Hello. I was in your stream
Core.
earlier today.
This
I
oh, by the way, Tim, I'm doing Korra Book Two tomorrow. Yeah, afternoon tune. Are
Nice.
you doing that on this on the same stream that we'll be doing stuff? Part of the same like afternoon tune said. Thank you for that as well.
You're welcome. I
Yeah, I saw you
definitely
guys
think
were on, but I was super busy at work, so I wasn't able to come in. Oh, Sunday. Tomorrow, right? Not Monday. Yeah, so yeah, Tim, tomorrow they're doing book two of Korra. So if you are
I
around,
won't be able to do it, but I will look forward to watching it when it comes out.
nice, nice. Korra book two and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Nice. I love Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. It's a great movie. And then I am sorry, Sarah. I totally cut you off there. What were you going to say?
so. In afternoon tune streams today, they were talking about the Mummy with
Nice.
Brendan Fraser. Definitely a good movie.
I like that movie a lot. It's the best Indiana Jones ripoff that there ever was.
And
Definitely
that it
agree.
was.
I mean, it's better than at least two of the actual Indiana Jones movies. So, besides Uncharted.
I don't even know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Uncharted, great game. Not a great movie. Yeah, the Mummy should have been what the Uncharted. Yeah, yeah, totally. Especially because in the first Uncharted game, I mean, if you're going to do a first Uncharted movie, I'd think you just do the first game. Um, I would think you'd want to do the first game with the El Dorado statue that turns people into zombies, and then like you can even almost have some mummy like things going on with the effects and stuff. Like, yeah, you could have even taken inspiration from that. I agree. Odd cast. Yeah, Tom Holland was not a good casting choice. Nathan Fillion, who should play the main character of the Mummy in a reboot. Well, I mean that's tricky because like Alan Rich, I can see that. I actually could see that working. Um, I definitely want to see him in like a Wolfenstein movie. I think he'd be great in a Wolfenstein film. Um, but like the character that Brendan Fraser plays as this like swashbuckling kind of character in that Mummy movie. That now I'm. It's been a while since I've watched some of the older like black and white Mummy films, but that's not exactly like a character that's in any other Mummy movies, is it? Like, like that swashbuckling kind of feel. Like I feel like that's not really a thing in any of the other ones, right? Like that's mostly that movie trying to kind
Not
of do
from
an
what
Indiana
I've like
Jones
been led to
feel.
believe.
Yeah, because again, like I said, it's been a while since I've watched like the black and white Mummy, but it didn't really have any of that sense or or sensibility to it or vibe, right? I don't know. Filling in the gap. I like that too, better than that PlayStation One graphic Scorpion King movie. Yeah, although
This
that Scorpion King movie was still better than the second Mummy movie that also had the Scorpion King in it. 'Cause
uh,
that was some bad special effects.
so these beastmen are kneeling at these statues over here of these other beastmen that have a distinctly more humanoid face that are draped in cowls, uh, showing that they've kind of got that little bit of intelligence left, but not to the point where they're like capable of speech or anything like that. They just
Right.
kind of reverted to their less intelligent state, but kept certain rituals which had become instinctual and second nature to them. It's just kind of a neat little bit just from having a
That's very
character
cool.
positioned a certain way.
That's very cool. Also, for anyone in the chat that is if you know like filling in the gap, Darren, since you haven't been to one of our streams here before, Tim is the lore master for all things from software. I do not understand how he manages to memorize, put so much of it in his brain. Pod racing's over. I do not have a copy of the Mummy game. I wish I did for the fun joke of being able to play like a bad game and make fun of it, but I do not have a copy of it. Um, do you like the reason for why people have the Force? Are you talking about the midichlorians? Because I think the midichlorians idea is so goddamn stupid. I do not like the midichlorians at all. I prefer the Force as just being like a magic, a vague kind of magic, spiritual element to the world that doesn't have like a real explanation to it. That's much, much, much better. Yeah, the idea that you have to have something special in your blood, I think that's dumb. I much, much prefer in the an original one um, that it's just magic. It's something that it almost like some people are strong with it naturally, but it's like something that you could, in theory, did that not work? Is there another one? Oh, wait. I put the stone
Oh,
sword key in.
that's a co-op wall.
Oh, okay. It was both. It was both kinds of wall. It was double wall.
That was a double wall.
It was a double wall.
So
Vatavidya does excellent lore, but Tim, is that one you've mentioned before? Is that one of the
Vati
channels?
Vidya, Zuli the Witch, Tarnished Archaeologist, though I prefer his earlier videos. Those are the three that I predominantly grab a lot of lore from.
Nice. So you and Darren went to the same place for some of those. Hell yeah.
Vati Vidya does almost like short video or short movie kind of style approaches to lore videos. Zuli does kind of short form format, where she like pulls apart the game files and just does comparisons to show you where shit's kind of originating from. But Vati really goes into the lore and grows into makes it a cinematic kind of feel. And he's
That's
like
cool.
composed or had composed several or musical pieces for his videos specifically relating to Elden Ring.
That's very cool. That's a lot of detail and attention and time put into that. Yeah, this yeah, having the something special in your blood like a Marley. Yeah, like the Eldians in Attack on like yeah, I don't like that for Star Wars. Now, in Attack on Titan, I think that is a great element to the story, and it reinforces a lot of what the story is trying to say with its message. But for Star Wars, that's just weird. It's weird. It's weird, and it doesn't make sense to include that. Doesn't say Attack of Clones? His mother get essayed by the same people. I never got that idea. I always thought it was just a torture thing, but at least just because it's a kids movie, I just assumed. I mean, at least George Lucas likes to say, it's meant for a kid audience. So I always assumed it was like just kind of torture. They wouldn't George Lucas. Then again, George Lucas did fill his the Phantom Menace to the brim with racial stereotypes. So who knows? Who knows what's going on in that weirdo's brain? Who knows?
Stellar point.
I really do think George Lucas is a talentless hack. Like all the people that are talking shit about current Star Wars and going like George Lucas, would never have done any of this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but he did stuff that was just as bad or worse. I'm sorry. Let's not even talk about the movies. Let's talk about the fucking holiday special. Let's talk about the fucking holiday special that came out in between episode 4 and 5 back in the 1970s. Let's talk about that fucking holiday special. Like they want him back. I don't understand why. I do not understand. Do I not have my thing? No, I have my thing on. Am I summoning you here or further ahead?
I put my sign down right next to there, but we can try just having you go up that or I guess down that
Yeah.
elevator.
Oh, go down. Well, this is where I just came up and out of the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well then,
Have you hit
possibly
the
outside.
summoning thing?
Yes. I did double check to make sure I had that. I have figured myself.
Have you hit the summoning thing right outside of the room?
The
The little
little
statue
statue.
thing to
Oh,
your left?
oh. Wait. Have I ever had to do that before?
I'm not sure if that'll affect it or not. It might.
Huh. Well, good catch. I had not done that. Let me see here.
My sign is now down directly outside, right next to that little
Yeah,
summoning
we'll
pool thing.
yeah we'll try just doing it out here instead of by the site of Grace, just because that doesn't seem to be working. Let me see here. Yeah, they want him back. I don't understand why they want him back at all. I don't. LOL. Yeah, right. Like the holiday special. Let's. Yeah, you want to talk about Star Wars? George Lucas's integrity. Let's talk about the holiday special. Has anyone even seen American Graffiti? Yes, but it's been a very long time. It's been a very long time. I don't remember it very well. Um, let's see here. I do feel like it feels like when Anakin gets freed, the movie should be over, but there's still an hour left. Yeah, because they have to pad the runtime with mostly nothing. I do feel like episode 1 was not necessary. Could have just started with episode 2 where Anakin is a teenager. Yes, absolutely. No, I've said that many times. And also, this goes to being a problem with the second and third movies, but I don't think you ever actually get a sense of Anakin and Obi-Wan being friends throughout that whole trilogy. I never, ever felt actual genuine friendship between those characters and the chemistry they had on screen. It should have been like Riggs and Murtaugh in space, right? It should have been like Lethal Weapon in space. Maybe maybe their personalities grate on each other, but there should have been like a greater sense of them working together than I think. I just don't think we ever got that. I just don't think that was ever actually in those movies. Yeah, I still don't see either of your sides. I could try going forward a little bit
That
more,
is
but
weird.
I also see enemies
There's like,
up ahead.
yeah, a shit ton of skeletons up ahead.
Well, here, maybe I'll undo it and then I'll just finger myself from scratch and just see if that helps. Um,
Well, you don't want to scratch and like
Oh
I,
my
I,
god!
I,
Oh my god! All I can think of is scratch and fucking sniff. Oh.
that's good. See,
I'm
making
sorry.
Anakin the chosen one was a mistake. I don't really like the chosen one element. I mean, like if they, I mean, it was in the original movies, right? Like, I mean, there wasn't like a straight up prophecy, but like there was a little bit of this like magical destiny thing going on. But you're right that they didn't need to make it a full on prophecy. They didn't need to do that. That was going
Muad'Dib.
overboard. Well, they did it because George Lucas was still stealing from Dune when he'd made the prequels. He stole from Dune when he made the original trilogy, and he stole from Dune when he made the prequel trilogy. He just kept stealing from Dune. If you want to know where Star Wars stole most of its ideas, go read Dune or watch the movie or watch the newer movies. Um, yeah, the chemistry between Kenobi and Luke in Episode 4 is way better, and they do it in a much shorter time too. Yeah, 100%, 100% agree with that. Um, Obi-Wan gets stuck with Qui-Gon Jinn's responsibility as that. Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, he just gets kind of suckered into it, right? See, did samurai do diplomatic stuff because Jedi are supposed to just be samurai? Jedi come across more like monks to me, whereas like samurai were like super corrupt. Like, I mean, in real history, samurai were these like very corrupt, just completely abused their power, like state troopers, basically. Um, I don't know what's going on. Should I like try fast traveling out and then coming back and just seeing if that resets things? I don't know.
That might be worth it.
We'll just see what happens. The the Jedi are corrupt, but like they do not show the abuse of power between like what real samurais were like and what we I mean not that's again that's the point I was making earlier was I wish we actually saw the corruption of the Jedi Order as like a big element of the plot, like really examining the way that the order changed over like the centuries and how they kind of lost their way and like digging into that as an element of the story. I think that's a potentially really interesting movie, but I don't think they actually show any of it on screen. Like it's implied, but they don't do anything with it. Like a really good version of the prequel trilogy would have emphasized the corruption of the Jedi Order and honed in on the idea that Anakin gets treated like a slave even after he's supposedly freed from being a slave. That would have made his fall to the dark side more relatable and interesting. Some of the animated, yes, I totally agree with that. Some of the animated stuff, like the Clone Wars cartoon, does flesh that out. However, that does not make up that doesn't make it up to me. That doesn't make the movies better. Like just because I mean, like I appreciate that the animated shows did do that, but it's still a huge hole in that original film or films for just not exploring these ideas at all. Yeah, still not showing up.
Huh.
And it's not just one or the other now, it's both.
That's really weird, because there's still at least one more boss this area.
I mean, I could try pushing like a forward a little bit and just seeing like maybe the EU stuff, but I never read that. I would highly recommend reading Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire, and I forget the names of the other two books, but Heir to the Empire, and then that had two sequels. That is a much better seven, eight, and nine than the actual seven, eight, and nine movies. No, you're not going to follow me over here. The EU is much more. Yeah, yeah. The EU is much more interesting. I mean, the EU includes stuff like KOTOR. So, all right, let's see if I can win at all.
Yeah, if you can.
How did that not light me on fire? Like, I'm impressed, but like confused. Mace Windu. Mace Windu doesn't do anything. Like, I love Samuel. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's Samuel Jackson, and he's great, but like, what does he do? No, I
His
mean,
death was more like, oh no, we're not going to get to see his character do stuff anymore.
well, Afternoon Tune's also specifically asking about the Phantom Menace, just that first movie. What does he do in that first movie? Because he doesn't do anything. He has what, one, two lines of dialogue, maybe? Like, That's it. I mean, like again, Samuel Jackson's awesome, and I do include me in everybody when you say that. But like, what did he do in that movie? He Jedi's motherfuckerly. I mean, fair enough. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Just staring at people with with the Samuel L. Jackson frown. I mean, like there's an element to that that's entertaining, I guess, just to say like, hey, Samuel L. Jackson's in it, but like I like actually though as a character, like what does he do? What does he contribute to that story? The one cool thing was he got to pick a purple lightsaber. Yes, he did. However, he doesn't show that until the second one. So you could I would say definitely give that um, I'll give that point to Attack of the Clones and Return of the Revenge of the Sith. I'll give that point to those two, but I have to withhold it from Phantom Menace still because he didn't even get to pull out his purple lightsaber in that first movie.
Well, if you're pulling out your purple lightsaber on set, a lot of times that gets you canned from the movie.
I mean, yeah, I guess it is just the more you think about it, the more I do feel like, yeah, the more I would say I'd uh, narrow in on Phantom Menace as being the worst of even the prequel trilogy. Oh, shit. Yeah, this isn't going well. Well, maybe I'll die and then it'll work after I die.
Maybe it demands blood sacrifice for working.
Yeah, General Grievous. Oh, and hated the wheezing eight-armed robot Jedi, like literally what the actual. Oh, wow! I just backed off a cliff on my own. Well, all right.
You special one, Sage.
Didn't beat the episode one. No, we got to Tatooine, and they wanted us to do like a bunch of fetch quests to to progress the game. So we fucked around for a little bit. We murdered Anakin on screen, and we decided that was the good ending. And yeah, I guess yeah. Tim, do you want to like double check if just in case that there's I don't know if there's anything weird about co-op in this area. Otherwise, didn't you say there was a one other thing we could also do too, or one other thing we could go and
Yeah,
do?
so if Crumbling Ferrum is going to choose to be a little bitch for this next segment of it, we could
Which
always
it
try
seems
to
like it.
go to the Lake of Rot and do that for the last 30 minutes.
Let's
Oh,
try that just
yay.
because this is being
Because
all
that gets us
dumb.
the Lake of Rot and then also the final place in Liurnia. So what we're going to do is you're going to hit R3 so that you can see, oh, on the world
Oh
map,
yeah,
so that you can
yep.
see Lake of Rot shoreside.
All right. Lake brought us fun times. Oh, but yeah, I was gonna say, Darren, that's definitely a good reason that I would suggest, if since you never have seen it, watch the 2D animated Gendy Tartakovsky Clone Wars cartoon. Like I said, it's probably 2.5 hours, the entire thing. Um, the that robot you're talking about, that's where all of that character's actually interesting screen time is in that cartoon. All of it. They're like not a second of it makes it into the movie. But that character is actually pretty badass in that cartoon. They explain it a little bit more, but they also I'll tell you one detail, but he's not wheezing in that cartoon. He's not wheezing in that. He's like fully functional, does not have heart problems, also does not sound and does not have the voice of Cookie Monster either. Because he does his voice in the movie. He just sounds like Cookie Monster. Like that's it. Yeah, no, I seriously highly recommend. I want to say it was like what 2002 with bears or men. Oh, is this? I don't even know what this meme is. I've vaguely
Sarah,
heard jokes about it, but I don't really know what this meme is.
you're on a whole other level.
What is this bear? What is this bears thing? What is this whole thing?
So,
Bears?
so from my understanding of it, women answer bears because it's easier dealing with bears than it is dealing with men.
I feel like most people. I feel like all the people that have gotten mauled by bears would disagree, but
Yeah, well,
ask the internet for you. Ooh, God, that scarlet rot's fast. Shit, do I have any of the? I don't even know if I have any of the item that cures that.
So you either have the spell Flame Preserve Me, or what's it? It's called something. It's got a name. It's one of those spells that's named.
Are bears more predictable? I don't know if I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd say that about any wild animal.
and you didn't even notice my costume change. How dare
Let's
you?
see. Oh, you got the mushrooms. Nice. I love the fung. I love the fungus costumes. Oh, these. So you
Oh,
got scarlet rot here, and you have the bug eyes. These bug-eyed curse things. I hate
From my
those.
understanding of this whole region, my outfit is supposed to somehow, like, counteract the rot or whatever that is.
yeah, it like takes you like twice or thrice as long to
Yeah,
get the rot.
mushroom hazmat suit. I like that. That's a good name for it. So like a
So they're just chilling over there waiting for us to go to them.
oh, I didn't even see that.
So I'm gonna put on, I guess, my bow and arrow.
Hey, now that's an invader. Never mind. Right? Is that what that
Yeah.
is? Alright, so no, fuck that.
Plotting is evil. Oh, do you like the corrupt politician plotting is? I mean, I think that that could have worked. I think like having Palpatine plot his takeover in the background. I think that could have been interesting. I think it's executed poorly.
So we got two things we could do. A, we can go over there, try to kill him. B, we could try to go kill the boss. He might still kill us anyway. C, we just go over there and kill him.
Let's just go kill him. All these powerful Jedi never noticed him. Basically, I mean, like that part, I can. That part, I feel like has yeah, their abilities being clouded. I mean, like that, I get. It's the whole thing of them being kind of corrupt as an organization. I think that works fairly well as a story mechanic or a reason for it.
Is this dude serious right now?
Let's see, what's the spell again for the flame cleanse me? The Conehead Jedi. He was cool to look at. I always thought his head kind of looked like a giant dick. Also, long neck Jedi. Oh, there is a long. There's like a Bronchiosaurus Jedi in there, wasn't there? Oof, Jesus, that rod is builds up so quickly. Would I be a Jedi? No, no, no. I would not. Oh, not what I meant to do. God damn it. Bounty hunter? Nah, no, I don't think I'd do that bounty hunter either. I mean, like, I would do the Jedi thing if it was like the like thousands and thousands of years in the past where they're like literally just monks. I could get more on board with the pirate smuggler. I could get more on board with that. I know with the blight. Oh, the blight is a pretty annoying status effect. It might be the worst, honestly.
I guess proceed next to this platform.
I'm just waiting for this to wear off first. Oof. Just keep running away from. Yeah, this is a coward. It's a fucking coward. Of a giant cat.
You
Sure,
should
why not? Fuck
come
yeah.
hit the next piece of this.
I've got so much Scarlet Rot buildup already. Uh,
um,
let me get rid of it here, and then.
do you
Yeah,
have?
Jen, I don't understand that either. This is one of the
Oof.
bullshit reasons why I hate this game. The fucking invaders that are like this.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy like from software games in general, I will say I've never. I mean, I'm just not someone that really likes to do the PvP stuff. I'm really mostly just like cooperative multiplayer. So, oh shit.
So you're gonna come over here, and there's some bad news. You are gonna get
Uh-oh.
scarlet rot.
I
The
already
good
do.
news is,
Do these things stay up? Oh shit.
Yes. They will, yes.
Tim, do I need to be down there?
um, so you're
Sec.
gonna get something up there. You're gonna just explore up there.
Okay. Do I have a favorite Star Wars character? Um, yeah, the most interesting Star Wars character that has ever existed, I think, is Kreia from Knights of the Old Republic 2. Oh shit. What is this fucker guy? That would be my personal favorite Star Wars character. Well, actually, or, you know what? Kreia's the most interesting in terms of complexity. Um, Mara Jade is also cool. Mara Jade's also very cool. Um, but actually, no. My favorite Star Wars character would have to be HK-47. I don't think there is a Star Wars character as entertaining as that, for sure. Other than him, he is a one of a kind. Ooh, don't gravity magic me, you son of a bitch. No, it is not. It is Jar Jar. Sarcasm, man. I get. God damn it. No, no. Jar Jar would. I mean, can you think of a worse character than Jar Jar? Like, I genuinely struggle to think of a worse one. Like, even annoying ass little kid Anakin is, I think, a less obnoxious character than Jar Jar Binks is. Okay. Well, I got the thing that was up here. Is that guy still down there? Huh?
Yep.
Oh shit! You almost got him. Do I? Is there a ladder or something here? There we go. Okay. So there's got to be a way for me to get down.
There is a ladder.
Yeah, I got.
That
Or wait,
one.
or is there a
Jesus
different
Christ,
one?
this guy is just really running the fuck down here. He's really gonna run all the way to hell. Nah, this guy can have fun
Is
with
there a different
that.
one? Salacious bee. The actor that played that puppet just passed away uh, earlier this year.
So your idea is to go down that ladder, jump into the lake, and then come back over here. Do you have any preserving boluses?
Nope.
All right, I can drop you a bunch when you get over here.
I have some. I have. Well, here, let me. I'll use my magic flask.
Oh yeah, if you have the flame cleanse me, you can just keep casting that every so often as you're walking through the water.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do here. God, come on, come on. Let's get at least somewhat over here. Hey, okay. Oof. God damn it, do I hate Scarlet Rot.
You know, for as much as I like Blighttown, and I really do like Blighttown, I'd much rather deal with Blighttown over this. This
Damn,
area
that's
is
saying
just
something too.
this area is just fucking shit.
Hidetaki Miyazaki likes swamps and like poison areas too much. I swear to God. Farmed rooms here at this exact grace for hours. Damn. Well, let's see, Tim. What do you think? In 10 minutes, do you think there we can get to the boss and try it, or do you think it'd be better to be
So
like,
we
"Hey, this
actually
is a
have
good stopping
access to
point"?
two bosses.
Oh,
One is the Noxtellan Rotten Dragonkin kind of thing, and
okay,
the other one is gonna be Estelle just passed this guy.
okay. Should let's see. Let me go back up and the thing, and yeah, there's Sarah's sign. Cool. All right, we'll catch up to you in a second, Tim. Disney should do an alternate universe where it does the EU stuff. I mean, that'd be awesome. I'd also be really okay with KOTOR stuff in particular being like an alternate universe because then it would feel like it'd be harder for Disney to like taint it with anything, and I would prefer that if possible. Because as much as I'm excited about the idea of KOTOR getting a remake, I can't lie that like it does. How the hell did you get down there? Is it, item over here. Did I just like miss the stairs that go down or like
You keep jumping over it.
oh, we drop in between. Okay. I gotcha. Like see a different part of the universe, no Emperor, Skywalker's nothing, just a completely new area of the universe. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I honestly wish that they would drop the idea that there needs to be this like kind of I don't even think there really needs to be like a set canon. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, no, 100%, 100% agree. Like, I don't even think there needs to be a canon, like, entirely. Yeah, for real. I think they could easily just say, yeah, hey, here, these Star Wars stories are set in their own universes that don't even have anything to do with each other. They're just completely alternate realities. Like, I would be so okay with that. Oh, shit. I don't know. It's like, it's. Oh, shit. I, I keep missing that we even get an invader as like a message.
Oh, he's just invaded so long ago.
Oh, like I want to see and learn about the original Sith. Yeah, yeah, like the species, the actual species of Sith before it was like a name taken to mean like Dark Jedi or whatever. Yeah, the original Sith species. The little bit that's been done with them has been interesting, but like the only way that you can really go see stuff for them that I'm aware of is the Old Republic MMO, and I'm not going to play an MMO, so
Oh yeah, an MMO for Star Wars that's dated by like 15 years or 20 years.
yeah. Well, I mean, it could have come out right now, and I still would just be like, I'm not gonna do an MMO because like the
Yeah.
two Kotor games basically set up a third Kotor game that never got made, and the idea was going to be that Revan has basically disappeared at the end of the first one and is missing in the second game because he's preparing. He's like preparing for so like a war with the Sith species, which are these like red-skinned aliens that are in like another galaxy altogether, and that he's like ooh, rest in the coffin. Huh? Suddenly, Liz laughed out loud at the thought of a Mandalorian scene where he's asked to turn over Baby Yoda, and he says with a straight face, "The baby is sleeping." So dumb, still makes me chuckle. Yeah, I was really hoping in the Mandalorian show that at the end of season two that it was going to be Kyle Katarn that showed up and not Luke Skywalker. That would have actually earned a lot of goodwill with me for that movie or for that show. That it like recanonizing Kyle Katarn there would have done a lot for me, and it would have been a good spot for it. I mean, also Rogue One should have been about him, but whatever. All right, what crazy monster is this going to be? What weird thing?
It's gonna be something.
It's going to be something that's going to be weird. I know that much. Oh, there's still.
So,
Is there a
a
site of
little
grace
fun
down here?
fact.
Oh no.
No, but there is a
Okay.
Stake of America.
Ooh, Steakhouse of America. Cool.
Does
So
it come
the
with A1 sauce?
You know it.
this used to be the Lake
Oh,
of Rot used to be the where the god of like the cosmic god of rot used to actually be imprisoned in the lands between.
oh, that's
And that
cool.
is part of why Melania is infected by that god specifically. The child of this land's god was infected by that god specifically because she was bold enough to try to lock it in there, and of course that led to the Lake of Rot forming.
That's very cool. Afternoon Tune, you know that is that a rhetorical question? Because I feel like you know what my answer to that's going to be. Oh, and this is also my favorite uh, boss. We fought the other version of it already. And Tim, did you say that was the more powerful one, or was this the more
Yeah, that
powerful one?
one is theoretically the more powerful one because it has a single attack that this one doesn't have.
But but
But this
this
is
design is my favorite boss design in the entire game. It's so cool, so different. Star Wars ever explored cross species relationships? In the Star Wars Rebels cartoon, yes. I can't think of any other examples. Um, in Star Wars KOTOR, in the first Star Wars KOTOR, as a human character, at least there's romance options, right? In the because it's an RPG. Um, I believe if you're a I believe if you do a female version of the main character, um, you can romance Juhani, and she's like this like I mean to be honest, she's kind of like a cat girl alien. Yeah. Yeah, between uh, I'm forgetting his name now, but Harrison Dula uh, is the Twi'lek, the green Twi'lek. I'm forgetting the guy's name now, but yeah, between them, and then they have a kid at the end, which looks very weird when you see that. The visual of that was very odd looking, but yeah,
oh
isn't it cool? Isn't that a cool? It's such a weird alien, like out there mod. It's the best one in the game as far as I'm concerned.
that boss is a creature. It's a part of a species that coalesces amongst the vast void of space, and it was when it was formed, it just kind of floated around a bit, and then this god that kind of rules this land is empowered by an even powerful cosmic god, and somebody tried to kill that cosmic god, and it got really pissed, and so it called down this creature as a star, and it just smashed it into the civilization, which ripped it below the ground. And that was the exact creature that did it.
That's fucking cool. Hell yeah. Well,
And
hey,
that
we got
brings
to
us
end on
right
a
to one.
boss. Yeah, hell yeah, we got to end on a boss. So, Tim, based on where we are right now, do you think we could do it in one more, or do you think it'll be more? I don't know.
I
What's your
No.
think it'll
prediction?
probably be at least another two, just because we've got Melania, we've got we've got another boss in the Lake of Rot still, that Dragonkin. Um, we've got three more bosses in Crumbling Farum, and then another two bosses after that,
So
plus
yeah, not
Melania.
so it'll be a little bit more too. We're
Yeah.
close, but we still got a good chunk left. And 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 same honestly, Tim. As long as there are From Software games being made, we'll you'll be able to hear Tim tell myths on the
Oh,
channel.
I've already got the story or like the lore for the DLC figured out, at least what the community has widely agreed upon. I'm sure in a month when the DLC drops, there'll be more rabbit holes than I can count to go down, and I'm going to be down for the ride.
Well, plus also just the like instantly obvious like just gigantic Berserk reference that the
Oh
DLC
yeah,
seems
the
to be.
entire DLC is like blood eclipses and burning in symbols and just all sorts of things that you can find in Berserk. It's great. It's phenomenal.
Not happy, but it's not a happy time, but it's a good time. But thank you everybody for hanging out. Whoever's still here, Neo Classic, Afternoon Tune, Darren, filling in the gap there. Tim, Sarah, thank you for streaming with me as always.
Sure thing.
And have a good one. Hell yeah. Get back into Elden Ring. Right as we're going to be taking a break too, right? As it'll be coming out right as we're like ready to take like a many month long break.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing what is it? Wolong, and then before that, I think we have another game. That is Evil West.
Yep. We're gonna be doing
So
Evil
Evil West,
West, and then
Wolong, and
Wolong
then
Fallen Dynasty,
that might take us to October, and then that.
maybe. And then I also want us to do Titan Souls, which is a cool little indie game from like
Oh,
2014.
nice.
And that's like a possibly a one stream game, depending depending on how hard we find it. But that could be a one single sitting thing. Um, so I'm just looking around here. All right, yeah. Well, yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out, and for sure, you'll be able to find me for sure Monday night at the afternoon tune. We'll be doing a retro review for the Phantom Menace. So if you also hate Star Wars, come hang out with us, talk shit about Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
I was looking for someone to raid, but I don't really see anybody. Hey, afternoon tune. If you have a suggestion, please throw one out. If you've got somebody, sure, why not? If you don't mind apologizing for me for raiding and running, because I'm gonna run to bed right after this. But why not? And the awkward 10-second countdown. Cheers for the stream. No, thank you for being here, Darren. It was awesome to have you. Awesome to have you
Yeah,
hanging out. Good to see you. And if you're streaming Tuesday morning, I will see you then.
or else.